Let's take you back into the past. On this day, on the 13th of April 2024, history unfolded in West Asia as Iran and Israel entered a direct military confrontation for the very first time. Iran launched a large-scale barrage of missiles and drones targeting Israel, calling it Operation True Promise. Iran's strike came in retaliation for a suspended Israeli attack on Iran's consulate in Damascus earlier in April that had killed at least 13 people. The attack lasted nearly 5 hours, with explosions reported across cities like Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Air raid sirens rang out in hundreds of locations as Israel activated its defense systems. Now, according to Israeli officials, Iran fired over 120 ballistic missiles, 170 drones and more than 30 cruise missiles, most of which Israel claimed were intercepted before reaching its territory. Damages by the strikes on Israel included the military bases. This incident marked a significant shift from proxy warfare to direct confrontation between Iran and Israel. And since then, the two countries have been engaged in two wars, as a fragile ceasefire currently holds in the second Israel-Iran war. Well, a telescope in South Africa has managed to detect an extremely rare phenomenon. The Meerkat radio telescope has received signals from two galaxies that are crashing into each other. Galaxies 8 billion light years away collided, and this sent out a message in the form of a giant space laser. Our next report has all the details for you.
What happens when two galaxies collide? What happens when hundreds of billions of stars and planets slam into each other? What happens when supermassive black holes pull at each other, threatening to consume everything around them? Well, the galaxies merge into a bigger one, destroying and birthing more stars and black holes in the process. And they also cause an eruption which can be detected billions of light years away. An eruption in the form of electromagnetic radiation, not observable by the naked eye, but seen through radio telescopes, like the Meerkat telescope in South Africa. This telescope has discovered the most distant mega maser ever detected, formed by the collision of two galaxies far, far away. More than 8 billion light years away, to be specific. The previous record was about 5 billion light years. So this is the most distant maser by quite a margin. A maser is similar to a laser. The difference is you can see lasers with your eyes. Masers send out waves in frequencies you can't see, which is why you need radio telescopes to detect them. But even the Meerkat wouldn't have been able to detect this mega maser had it not been for a stroke of luck. Because the maser just happened to pass close to a different galaxy somewhere in the middle of space. And that galaxy acted as a focusing lens, bending the maser and changing its path, just enough for it to fall into the Meerkat's detection range. Because of this bit of good fortune, the South African radio telescope managed to observe signs of galactic collisions 8 billion light years away. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
All right, shifting our focus now. They ruled the oceans for millions of years, but now they have suddenly simply vanished. Off South Africa's coast, the great white sharks have vanished without a trace. Apex predators gone in just a flash. What force could drive them from their hunting grounds? We get you more on this.
For decades, the coastline of South Africa was a theater of violence and wonder. One-ton great whites launched themselves into the air, breaching with terrifying power to claim their prey. It was the shark capital of the world. Then the sightings stopped. The sea went silent. An apex predator seemingly invincible has been erased from the map. The disappearance was not gradual. It was a sudden, chilling exit. Initially, experts blamed overfishing and the collapse of the shark's food source. But a more sinister theory emerged from the deep. A new shadow has fallen over the Cape. Carcasses began to wash ashore, intact bodies, but with a precise, almost surgical wound. The liver was missing. Nothing else disturbed. This was not random. Attention turned to another apex predator, the orca. Orcas are not just powerful. They're intelligent, highly social. They hunt in coordinated groups. They learn from each other and they adapt. Evidence suggests that certain orcas have developed a specialized hunting technique, flipping sharks to induce tonic immobility, then targeting the liver, the most energy-rich organ. This behavior appears to be spreading, and its impact is immediate. But the mystery is not fully solved. Some scientists argue that human activity still plays a role. Overfishing, habitat disruption, changing ocean conditions. Others believe the orca factor is decisive. What is clear is this: the ocean is not losing its predators. It is watching one replacing another. Bureau Report. WION. World is one.